Coming up on City Spotlight, we return to Taylorville for an on-location episode. It's the latest going on in Taylorville with Taylorville Mayor Bruce Berry and Linda Allen, the new Executive Director of the Greater Taylorville Chamber of Commerce, with an update on things going on with the Taylorville Chamber, a look ahead to upcoming events in Taylorville, and the latest new economic development in Taylorville. Then we'll talk education in Taylorville with Sue Schafer of the Taylorville High School Agriculture Department and Isabelle Norris, a senior at Taylorville High School, about the success of the Taylorville FFA Chapter. We're on location and talking Taylorville here on City Spotlight. City Spotlight is supported by Consolidated Communications. CCI is honored to salute the cities and their leaders in the area, as well as providing TV, internet, and phone service to local homes and businesses. We live where we work and are proud to support the communities we serve. More information available at consolidated.com. And welcome to another edition of City Spotlight. As you can see, we are on location once again here in Season 7, and we are back in a familiar place, Taylorville, and specifically the conference room here at the Greater Taylorville Chamber of Commerce. And to help us out, we welcome back to the program the Mayor of Taylorville, Bruce Berry. Bruce.
Thanks for having us, and thanks for joining us today.
Enjoy the long trek over. Always great to be in Taylorville. And first-time guest to the program, Linda Allen. She's the new Executive Director here at the Greater Taylorville Chamber of Commerce. Linda, great to have you on.
Thank you for having us. Us.
Yes, all of us. Bruce, Linda. Yes, City Spotlight back in Taylorville. Look forward to catching up on everything going on as we tape here on March 29th. Linda, you're a first-time guest to the program. Tell us about yourself.
My name is Linda Allen. I've been with the Chamber for, we think, 14 years, around there. Okay. I have 2 daughters, 2 dogs. I love Taylorville. I love the Chamber.
Excellent. 14 years with the Chamber. New Executive Director with the Chamber. Patty Hornbuckle, a longtime guest of the program and nearly a decade with the Chamber here in Taylorville. Recently retired. And I know both of you appreciate the work that Patty did. If you, either one of you, want to go over maybe some accomplishments that the Chamber and or the city had during Patty's time.
Well, I just wanted to thank Patty for the excellent job she did. She grew the Chamber from a little bit to a great organization now, and I think Linda's able to step into her shoes and fill them admirably.
You can't fill those shoes.
Well, you can try, and just as far as the city, Patty's helped us grow, especially our downtown area, and with the special events that she has each year. Mm-hmm. Taylorville really thanks her, and hope Linda can do a great job also.
Linda, 14 years, or
yes.
You said 14, 15 years with the Chamber, so you're obviously very familiar with Patty as well as Bruce.
Right.
What was it like to work with Patty and see how things grew in the community under Patty?
So Patty had a passion and an energy that she brought to all things, and like the smile and excitability. She got people involved. She made them want to be involved, and she had a way of bringing people together for doing things and great causes, and we sure will miss her.
The last time I was here was two Chili Fests ago, in October of 2019, and I think that was on display there. Had been a little bit after the tornado had happened, and we saw all that passion and energy from the community and Patty all right there.
Excellent Chili Fest 2 years ago. We even had one last year, and Patty did an excellent job with the COVID-related Chili Fest.
COVID Chili Fest.
We were able to have that, and like I said, just the work ethic that her and her family showed for Chili Fest is going to be hard to match. But I think we'll have enough volunteers this coming fall to have it, and I'm not sure what your Chili Fest it is, but look forward to that, and also look forward to the 95th Christian County Fair.
Right.
In late July.
I was going to bring that up at the end, but let's go ahead and bring those dates up for those folks. You traditionally Chili Fest, very beginning of October. I believe the dates are October 2nd and 3rd. I got them right?
Yes.
And this will be the 36th and the Christian County Fair. There wasn't one last year, so 95th this year.
I know they're planning, and hopefully they'll be able to have one this year.
All right, we'll have the dates for you on the screen coming up after this segment. Okay, Linda, Patty Hornbuckle is retired. You're the new executive director. Let's reintroduce the chamber and what does it mean to the community of Taylorville? What is the role of the chamber here in Taylorville?
So that is a good question. So I always struggle when people say, what does the chamber do? And we do all things for all people is really the tip of the iceberg. We are the information clearinghouse. When people have questions about anything, they'll call the chamber. And if we don't know, we're going to find out and we're going to let you know. We refer out to many businesses that are chamber members. So if you need lawn care and you call the chamber, who do you got? I'm going to send you to our chamber members. And that's just how that works. And then like calls that we take for anything Taylorville, we have Small Town Taylorville that we can refer out to now, which is an excellent referral. Great sales tool. Just all things for all people.
Bruce, from your perspective, the role of the chamber here in this community?
There's a go-to everything for everything. I mean, if I have a question about a certain business or what do they do, I just call Linda and she answers the questions. Activities on the square, downtown Taylorville helps out a lot with activities on the weekends throughout the spring and summer and fall, and just couldn't hardly have a community without the chamber.
All right, great answer. Great segue to my next question. Obviously, we're still taping here during a COVID-19 world. Hopefully, it's on its way out. I've asked a lot of chamber directors here in this current season of City Spotlight how the community and the chambers have helped the local businesses and just the overall community. So, how has the chamber and the city of Taylorville helped everyone out here during this past year?
Well, one thing we've done as a city, we've offered our businesses that are in our business development district rent free for a month, or paid their rent or their mortgage payments off. We've looked into the liquor licenses fees, trying to maybe cut them in half. And so we know the businesses are struggling. We've came through here pretty well. You know, city finances are struggling also. We've been helped by the CARES Act, and look forward to getting more money in the future from the government. And I think the city has really weathered the storm, as I might say, rather well. We've had some businesses open up, a couple in our downtown area,
right?
Nesty's and Kluge's. And also we've had a new ice cream creamery open up by the high school. Look forward to that with the children getting back in school full time. I think it's going to be a great boost for our economy, and look forward to it. And like I said, I like spring football, so we're getting a touch of spring football this year. I'm
sure you do, Bruce. It's a unique high school athletic season for the communities and the student athletes.
Yes, exactly.
Linda, how has the chamber been able to help the community out during these times?
So I think when if we say when everything happened, like the day that they shut the restaurants down, for example.
I believe it was March 13th.
March 13th, and I know it was a Sunday, and I was at home, and everybody was watching wherever you were watching to see what was going to happen. So when they had to shut down, we just immediately started calling all the restaurants, say, what are you going to do, what are you going to do? Because we'll use our voice to get it out there to help you.
Right.
And that was actually very beneficial, I think, because it let everybody know right away that you could still get food and there was a way. And I think that was unique in finding not the things that you couldn't do, but the ways you could do things still. There were always ways to find. So using our voice to help the smaller businesses was unique. We had our radio program that we opened up to retail. We had a retail therapy month. We had food month. We did a school program.
Wow.
I mean, just whatever you could do, you did.
Wow.
You did it together.
Impressive list there of things going on to help out the community. All right, we're talking about the city of Taylorville. We have the chamber director here. Let's talk about new businesses, because COVID hasn't stopped businesses from flourishing in all of these central Illinois communities, which is very impressive, however you look at it. You have, it looks like 2 pieces of paper here. So however many you want to go through, and tell us a little bit about some of your newest additions to the community.
Well, I guess we could start with, we'll just start here. Eminem Landscaping, DJ Mathon, they joined pretty much right at the shutdown, but then people were still mowing their yards and they still need landscaping and they were at home. So
right.
CCI Redimix, that is formerly Presno Brothers. Ed Grenlow purchased that. They opened up. Red's Electric, he kind of came in at the end of the year, but he was still Travis Dilly. Nestie's Burger Joint. That's right next door and very dangerous to us because they have some awesome burgers. Nestor and Megan Lopez.
Can't have not enough good food places to eat.
It's just amazing. Downtown now is thriving.
That's the main thing. Our downtown is starting to really thrive now. We've worked with small town Taylorville, and we're getting a new, from our old furniture store, we're getting a new revamp of that whole area. And like I said, I think Taylorville is starting to thrive now post-COVID, and I hope COVID is over soon.
Well, and not to stop you on the momentum you have there of the list of new businesses when you talk about the downtown, we've been doing City Spotlight since 2015. It has been very cool to see the evolution of all the communities, especially those that are really emphasizing their downtowns, and to see the growth. It's pretty awesome.
It's pretty great. Coming up here at night is a whole different ballgame. Like, it's great. It's just great to see. Makes you smile.
And that last Chili Fest that I was able to experience and do a feature on, the compliments that I heard, I know I told Bruce and Patty at the time that a lot of the chili makers that had been here either many times before or just their first time, they were wowed by the square. Correct. And so that the square was a great venue to be able to hold everything that was going on.
Oh, so, yeah, we love the square.
What else?
Want me to keep going?
Let's list a few more if we want to put up kind of an exclamation on it.
We had Kluge's on the square. That is Glenn and Lori Kluge. They do a Taco Tuesday, a fish taco. Never even knew about that until,
Taco
every
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
I got one of those at my house.
Those are great.
Excellent food.
It is excellent food, great people. Sunshine Senior Services, Kathy Cravens, she's helping with Medicare. That's a very important thing right now. There's a lot of people, I don't know. Do you know? I don't know, so that's what you do. Locust Creek Floral Farm, Stacy Shanks. Joey D's Towing and Recovery. They do everything up into including getting you gas if you run out of gas. Like, get a key made if you locked yourself out. Wow. That's crazy.
We've all been there.
We've all been there. Hope to not be there. LP Creamery. Audrey's Boutique down the road. They do nails, but they also expanded into a boutique atmosphere. They sell clothes, homemade soaps, things like that. Venezia's restaurant over here.
Great Italian food.
Oh my God, the bread and the oil.
Yeah.
AAA Automotive Group, that is Matt Briggs. He is a Taylorville native. Call a Cab just joined recently, so that's interesting.
Okay.
Call a Cab. It's $4 in town.
It's exactly what it
Call
sounds
a Cab.
like.
Right. Yep, it's a taxi service. Wolf Ranch Farm Fresh Eggs. That's a thing. That is a real thing for a lot of people. Now, they have some chickens, and they lay the eggs, and they sell them as they get them. And it's kind of through Facebook.
Sounds kind of nostalgic
it's
there.
It's kind of cool.
Delivery service, kind of like the milkman coming by, drop off your milk, drop off the eggs.
I think there'll be a big addition
I
to
do
farmers
too.
market.
Oh, I do.
Oh, absolutely.
That's a big deal, and that's coming up, too.
Yeah.
Our latest one was Tiger Loan's Becky Adcock. She was just in here on Friday, and I'm going to get that out as soon as, I get that out. But, I mean, that's incredible. That is incredible.
Absolutely. We'll hopefully have as many shots of all of those new businesses as we can.
I mean, that's a lot.
Not trying to leave anybody out. As we wrap up our segment here with Linda and Bruce, I could not finish up this episode talking about the hospital. They were having renovations the last time I was here at the end of 2019, and they had an open house just prior to COVID, so it was imperfect timing that the hospital's renovations were...
They're all complete now, and they're wonderful for our city. A new 25-bed hospital, and they do just about every service imaginable. And like I said, they've been around, 125 years?
That's what the website said.
Okay, 125 years, and really makes it well for Taylorville and the surrounding communities also.
Absolutely. And it's got some shiny new things. So that's very cool. And one last thing that we also talked about last time, Bruce, there was work being done on the new water treatment facility, and you told me that
the water plant is complete, a $25 million new water plant. Now the city's just got to find a way to pay for it, and we're doing well there. From what people tell me, and I agree, we got the finest tasting water in Illinois.
It's great to hear about that. Your predecessor, Greg Brotherton, talked about the importance of getting the water fixed, and now it's happened. So that's a big step.
Great addition for our community, and enjoy the great tasting water.
No shocker, we're here in Taylorville, and a lot is going on, a lot of good things going on, despite the strange, weird times we're in. Bruce Berry, Linda Allen, pleasure to have you guys on here on City Spotlight. It's always great to come back to Taylorville.
Thank you very much, and good luck to Linda.
Hey, thank you
new
for having
executive
us.
director of the chamber.
I'll be
I look
calling
forward
Bruce
to
a lot.
working with her.
Excellent. Thank you so much. And coming up next here on City Spotlight, we'll change gears and talk education here in Taylorville. We'll talk with a teacher at the high school, Sue Schafer. But first, let's take a look at some of the upcoming activities going on in Taylorville. And we're back here on City Spotlight, this on-location episode here on Taylorville. As you can see, we've changed locations and we are inside Taylorville High School for this new segment here on Taylorville. And we are going to talk all about the Taylorville FFA Chapter. And to help us out, we have two first-time guests to my left. First, we have on the end, Sue Schafer. She's with the Taylorville High School Agriculture Department. Sue, pleasure to have you on.
Thank you for having us.
And next to Sue, we have Isabelle Norris. She's a senior here at Taylorville High School. Isabelle, welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Pleasure to have you guys on. Look forward to learning all about this, I guess you could say, award-winning program. We have all these plaques behind us, so we might get to that here in a second. But ladies, you're both first-time guests to the program. We'll have you each tell us about yourself. We'll start with Sue first.
Okay, I'm Sue Schafer. I am a 24-year veteran agriculture teacher here in Illinois, and been very active in FFA as well as just production agriculture my whole entire life. My family farms in the Pana-Awanaco area, corn and soybeans, as well as quite a few Angus cows, and they're very supportive and helpful here to get our kids going in the right direction. I have a son who's a freshman at Butler College in El Dorado, Kansas on a livestock judging scholarship. Wow. And my daughter is a junior here at Taylorville High School and very active in the FFA program and Tommy TV.
All right, very good. Isabel, tell us about yourself, please.
Hi, I'm Isabelle Norris. I'm a senior here at Taylorville High School, and I'm serving as the Taylorville FFA Chapter's president. I've been very involved in the FFA throughout my 4 years of high school, and I'm very excited to be here.
Excellent. Glad to have you both on. I'm sure we're going to learn a lot about this program here at Taylorville High School. I want to start first of all with Sue, and some recent accolades are in order. And Sue is one of 5 ag teachers in the state of Illinois that has been nominated for Ag Educator of the Year. And this happened in the last couple of weeks. We're taping here at the end of March. Sue, tell us about this award.
Well, it was a big surprise, I will be honest with you, and my family was even part of that surprise and kept it quiet. But yeah, I was fortunate enough to be named a District 4 Golden Owl Award winner and competing for the state title. And you know, no matter how anything comes out, it's really an honor to be able to do that. And I sure enjoy working with kids in this FFA program. And I guess, you know, it's just something that I did not expect, but I'm sure very appreciative and humbled by.
I don't typically have a teacher and a student next to me, so I'm going to kind of ask maybe what could be considered an embarrassing question. Isabel, why do you think she was considered for this award?
She's an amazing ag teacher. I can't say enough good things about her. She does everything for her students. She's always willing to help out any time of day, any day of the week, and she's very deserving of this award. So we're all very proud of her here, and we are very hopeful, and we all think she's going to win. We don't really have a doubt.
Okay. And this award will be announced sometime, obviously, after this program is aired. Is there a timeline for when the results might happen?
Yeah, I was told it's supposed to be around the second week of June at the Illinois Ag Teachers Conference.
Okay, where you can check things out to find out the results. Hopefully Sue is a winner of that. We're glad she's a finalist and talking with us here on City Spotlight. So let's talk a little bit about this program that you have, which I'm in the room that we're in here, the Ag Department room here at Taylorville High School, have a lot of plaques, so obviously some things are going pretty well. Sue, tell us about the program. Let's just start. Tell us about the program.
Well, we're really lucky. We have a very diverse program, and the reason we do is because we have great community support. Our community leaders out here believe in what we do. So we have 3 teachers here, including myself there. We have Miss King, who does all of the agricultural mechanics. The community has stepped up to the plate and actually bought her some really awesome technology, such as a CNC machine, which is a plasma cutter, where kids have to use computer-aided drafting and be able to design different pieces and parts that that they use for their tractor restoration project, as well as just different signage. She teaches welding and carpentry. My other teaching partner, Lori Parks, she is very active in the greenhouse that you just walked through. We have a huge plant sale coming up here that she basically spearheads with a group of greenhouse students. She also teaches a lot of ag science classes, some which actually even receive science credit for high school graduation, as well as this year we launched a new science course that receives 3 credit hours of college credit for. So we have basically something for every kind of kid, the mechanics kid to the kid that's going on to college. And I teach introduction to agriculture and agricultural math.
Wow. You are a senior here at Taylorville High School, Isabel, so tell us about your experiences with the FFA leading up to now your senior year.
Well, for me, like Mrs. Schaefer said, there's a little bit of something for everyone, and I kind of dabbled in a little bit of all of it. So, of course, I took Introduction to Agriculture my freshman year. Every freshman has to take that. And I've taken a couple of Miss King's classes in the ag mechanic shop. That was quite interesting. I walked in the first day, and she took us out to the shop, and with all the saws and electric tools, and she's like, make yourself at home. And I was like, oh boy, I'm not sure I'm ready for this. But I've also taken a big interest in the agri-science route. I have record books in the agri-science research plant systems area, and I have really enjoyed doing that.
Excellent. We're taping here at the end of March 2021, however far back you want to go. What are some recent projects the students have worked on, whether they were during the COVID time that we're in now or just prior to? We'll start with Sue.
Well, we do have 308 kids in the ag program here at Taylorville High School, so we have a large group. During COVID, I mean, we were always doing a contest to 2 a week, and usually at least 3 or 4 community service projects a month. So when COVID hit, things slowed down, but then we also got some phone calls, like the Taylorville Food Pantry called us the second week in and said, you know, we got to be really careful with a lot of our, helpers. They're a little bit of older age. Would you guys have some kids? So we started unloading the food truck there, and we never have stopped. Even when COVID hit, one thing we really enjoy doing is we always do the election returns. We carry in the voting machines and ballots. Well, we had to be a little bit more careful last April, but we did it, and we also did it this fall. So we're busy with that. And on the competition side, we just got back from Fort Scott, Kansas here for a meats judging contest and a livestock judging contest we went to on Friday. And then Saturday we had our state awards day, which I'm really excited to say we had 4 state winners. And it's just, we always have something going on, and we enjoy that. And we try to give our kids as many opportunities as we can to travel and to see the world and get leadership opportunities they could use the rest of their life.
All right, Isabel, I'm going to piggyback off of what Sue said there. You're not just learning here in the classroom, you're going places. So what has that been all like, not just learning in the classroom here, a lot of hands-on work, community work, and you're going places. What's that all been like?
It's very eye-opening, and it's very rewarding. We work very hard for what we do, and it's really nice to see all that payoff, whether you're winning an award or you're going on a trip. I know my freshman year, I went a trip to Washington, D.C. through the Heritage and Cooperative Tour, and that was such an amazing experience. I not only got to meet so many new FFA members and make friendships, and friendships that I still have today. I still talk to the people I was roommates with, and our national convention trips, I met my best friend on one of those trips. So the opportunities that you get and the amount of rewarding experiences that you get are unmeasurable. Now, you're not going to find anywhere else.
Sue already answered maybe one of my next questions about this unique school year that is almost complete. What's it been like learning, Isabel? Just in broad terms, I guess, since you're here, I can ask a student what it's been like to learn. I have my own children. I've seen how they've learned in the community of Charleston, but what's it been like to be a student during COVID?
To be honest, it's been very difficult. It's not easy to learn English or write papers remotely when you have questions. It's not easy to learn calculus remotely, but I think all the teachers have done a really wonderful job, and I'm really grateful to Mrs. Schaefer, Ms. King, and Ms. Parks for allowing us to still have our FFA events and to come into the school and still have more of a hands-on learning opportunity. It's been very appreciated and very needed in this time.
Thank Thank you for your answer. Sue, I can't not help but ask you as an educator in this community, and I've talked to superintendents and principals on previous episodes. I think it's fair to say that in every community, for this to all work, it's been a team effort from everyone to make this all work.
It is really a team effort, and it's frustrating as an educator, because the reason we do it is because we love seeing the kids every day, and when we can't, it's so hard. And Isabel hit on the points of why it's so hard. But we also have students. We have every type of diversity in our our program, which is great, and that's what makes it so successful. But some of the challenges are maybe those kids that don't always have the best home life, that they could get away and come here. That's been hard because you talk to the kids on the phone or you see them through Google Meets, and that's good, but it's still just not that connection where you can get the feeling if you need to reach out and give a helping hand.
It's great to be face to face here. I've only had a handful of City Spotlight stuff where I've had to talk through a computer screen, so it's great to be here in person. I have my last question for both of you. Thank you for your time here on City Spotlight. Start first with Isabel. And what can you say about your time here at Taylorville High School, and what's the future hold for you, and are you going to take the stuff you've learned here moving forward?
Yes, definitely. So I am so grateful for everything that I've learned. One of the biggest things that I think I'll take with me is my public speaking and interviewing abilities. Mrs. Schaefer is the one that actually got me involved in the public speaking my freshman year. And I really didn't want to do it. I really was nervous and scared, but I'm so grateful that she talked me into it, and I've done it ever since. So that is something that am very grateful for and definitely use in the future. And as far as my future plans, I'm going to be going to Illinois College in the fall, and I am going to double major in biology and ag business.
Quite a workload there, but best of luck to you.
Thank you.
Sue, you mentioned how long you've been teaching here in the Taylorville School District and all that's going on and all the students that you have. What do you enjoy about teaching here in this school district?
The community support and the kids. Those are the two biggest things. I think you might have talked to Mayor Barry before in some of your programs, but they have been so supportive, and not just him, but several mayors throughout the years. Just whatever you need. There's so many businesses and organizations that help kids like Isabel. I can't say enough about what a great community we have, and if it wasn't for this community, I might have picked up and went back to the family farm and worked there. The students are second to none. That's another thing. We just have a tremendous amount of students that not only have talent, but are good community servants and just good people. And those are two reasons why I've stayed at Taylorville High School for 22 years and been teaching 24, but 22 of them have been here, and I don't see a change in the next 8 years. So.
Kind of forgotten that we're in a COVID pandemic right now, but we have examples of how everything is working very well here in the Taylorville FFA Chapter. We thank the time of Sue Schafer and Isabelle Norris. Thank you for your insight into not only the FFA Chapter here, but also this unique school year. Thank you.
Thank you.
And that'll do it for this latest On Location episode here on Taylorville. Thank you for watching City Spotlight, and we'll see you next time. City Spotlight is supported by Consolidated Communications. CCI is honored to salute the cities and their leaders in the area, as well as providing TV, internet, and phone service to local homes and businesses. We live where we work and are proud to support the communities we serve. More information available at consolidated.com.